Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Let's do it. This is IUICAZ. Hey, this is IUICAZ. Hey, keeping the faith in the King, and the patience will give us those free.
Right. You understand everything what we're saying, right? You believe you're an Israelite? Well, let me show you people are curses, all right, bro? Give me verse 48. Did you go over 48? Okay, let me give you 48, bro. Go ahead, because like it said in verse 15, if you don't follow God's commandments, then these curses shall come upon thee, right? That's what it said, right? All right, listen, read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
We shall serve our enemies. Are we serving our enemies right now? Are we serving right? Does it seem like it? All right, hold on. I'm going to get into more stuff. Go ahead, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
But remember, we're in this condition because of us. Because we didn't follow our God's commandments. Because we didn't follow his statute. So he's punishing us just like a parent would. Read.
And hunger.
And hunger. When you get hungry, where do you get your food from? Who owns the store? Who owns the store? The majority of your people own the stores? Who owns Walmart? Who? White folks. It's okay to say it, bro. See that's right. That right there show how much we destroyed we are, because we're afraid to say it out loud. White folks own the store. Read.
And in thirst.
When you get thirsty, who owns Dasani? Fiji. Who owns Arrowhead Nasty Water? White folks. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes that you wear, brother. The earphones that you wear, the shoes, your shirt. It's all white folks. It's okay to say it. Read.
And in want of all things.
Birth certificate, death certificate, citizenship, a license, education. You have to go to them, a one of all things. Religion. Christianity, that's white folks. Mormon, white folks. Jehovah's Witness, white folks. They branded that in us during slavery.
And that servant that don't obey his Lord shall be beaten with many stripes. That's scripture.
Yo, this is my history. And that's the reason why he rebelled, because he realized who he was. He was an Israelite. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck. That happened in history, didn't it? Look, yeah. You gotta understand, this stuff really did happen. This is prophecy, bro. This is prophecy. Did you go on 68? Go to verse 68. Read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
This right here is the icing on the cake. All right? This right here shows you that, yes, you're an Israelite. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So Egypt is symbolic for something. It's Greek, because the land was never called Egypt, it was called Mizraim. But they changed the word to the word Egypt because it means something. Read.
Exodus 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what does Egypt mean, brother? It means a house of bondage. So let's go back to that scripture. Read. So we're going to read it in the proper context. Read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He shall bring you into bondage again. Because when the Israelites went out of bondage the first time, they walked out, right? Right? You heard Moses? You ever seen Prince of Egypt? The cartoon? What do? They walked out, right? But listen to this. Read.
With ships.
With ships. We be going back to bondage again with ships. Did that happen? Yeah, of course it happened. And cargo slave ships, right down the very bottom, they stacked us up. This is a prophecy. This is about 3 to 4,000 years before any of this stuff happened. Moses is telling them, hey, if you don't follow this, this will happen. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
This is, look, what I'm saying what's going to happen is going to happen. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You will never see your homeland ever again. You will never live there. You won't be able to stay there or prosper there. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You shall be sold unto your enemies. Of course that happened already. Of course that happened to us. Read. Not our friends. Not Tommy, the boy down the street. He is not your friend. He's your enemy. At the end of the day, he's going to turn on you. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondmen and bondwomen. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Nobody should redeem you. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, they couldn't redeem us. They could not save us. They were put to death. Bro, that's your history. That's how, if I ask you, what's your nationality, what would you tell me? African American. Do you even know what that means? African American are two white men's names that's put together. Leo Scipius Africanus, which defeated Hannibal in the Second Punic War or the Third. He defeated Hannibal and named that region after himself, Africa, which was called the land of Ham. Then you had Leo Scipius, Amerigo Vespucci, which was a navigator that discovered America. So when you call yourself African American, you condone yourself. You're saying I'm two white men. I'm owned by them. If I ask you what your last name was, you want to have the same last name as the person that enslaved your people. Correct? What's your last name, bro? Huh? Bro, you belong to Master Perkins. That's Master Perkins Plantation. That's who you belong to. Yeah, that's crazy. We never thought about that as people. We're like, yo, we still hold the name of our oppressors. Go ahead and go back to Deuteronomy 28:64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Most High is going to scatter us among all people, as the brother was saying earlier, that we'll be in Germany, we will be in Cuba, we will be in Spain and Mexico, we will be everywhere because we were in slave ships, and that's where they dropped us off. Read.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
We shall serve other gods. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Even wood.
Wood is that cross. Is that cross. Christianity loves that cross. That's the same cross they burned our people on, but we want to wear it around our necks. That's the same cross that they burned in front of our houses before they killed us, but we want to wear it because it means salvation for us. That's insane. Read.
Even wood and stone.
And stone. Islam. Islam is an Arabic religion. They murder us. They sacrifice us for their God. They hate our guts. Those are the new gods that our people primarily worship. Correct? When you talk to a black man, what do you say? Oh, I'm Christian, or I'm Islam, or I'm Muslim. Those are two religions that were forced upon us to make us forget our own culture, to make us forget our own customs. If I asked you, why do you celebrate Christmas? You want to celebrate because your oppressor said it. Why do you celebrate Halloween? Why do you celebrate Thanksgiving? You don't know why. Because your oppressor did. Give me Colossians 2:8. Because we got to wake up our people and let them realize, hey, what we're doing is wicked. That's the reason why they can shoot us in the street and get away with it. Breonna Taylor just shot that girl dead in her home, and the cops won't be acquitted.
Bring it out.
That's insane, bro. And all we want to do is march. Black lives matter. Black lives does not matter when we killing our own.
Right.
We gotta wake up and realize that this is Black Lives Matter. Keeping God's statute, commandments, and laws. That's Black Lives Matter. That's Brown Lives Matter. Because when we keep these laws, they can't say nothing. When you're not, we want to get into some of the laws. Go ahead, read.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you.
Beware, be warned if any man spoils you, rotten your mind. Read.
Through philosophy,
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Read.
and vain deceit,
Straight lies. Read.
after the tradition of men.
Those are all traditions of man. That wasn't ordained by the Most High. That wasn't ordained by the God of this Bible.
Right. After the rudiments of the world.
The rudiments of the world. Every single holiday that you celebrate, it represents mass murder, rape, or just straight wickedness.
Bring it out.
Give me some holy laws. Give me the Sabbath. Because you know what today is? Oh, you know what today is? Come on, we want to get into that.
Oh, praises. So you agree with everything the officer was bringing out, right? All that stuff is happening to us. So the Most High God, you ever heard of him like creating the earth in 6 days, rested on the Sabbath, right? Today is that Sabbath day, and he commanded us to rest, and it's called the Sabbath day. I'm gonna show you what it is, bro. Where you at? Exodus 20. Oh, praise.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
So God says we got to remember the Sabbath day, right? He rested that day, and he commanded us to do the same thing. We're going to show you that. Read on.
To keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor.
So he gave us 6 days to work, to grocery shop, to clean our house, whatever we need to do. He gave us 6 days to do that. That's enough time. All right, all praise.
And do all thy work. But the seventh day
The Sabbath day, today,
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. So on this seventh day, there's still certain things that we are and are not allowed to do, right? And we're going to show you that. So on the seventh day, we're supposed to rest. We're supposed to remember that day. And we have to gather together. We can't cook, but we're going to show you that. We're going to show you all that in the Bible. Read on.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So, one of the things he said to do was not to work. We can't work, our wives can't work, our daughters, sons. If you have a business, you're supposed to close your business on the Sabbath day, right? It said thy manservants or thy maidservants. Those are, in today's terms, that would be employees that work for you, right? They can't work. So, first thing, we can't work. Read on.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth.
See that? 6 days, God worked and made heaven and earth, right? Read on.
The sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
He blessed it and hallowed it. He made it separate. He made that day separate from all the other days, right? Because you know he said, in 6 days I created heaven, earth, and the seas, but the Sabbath I rested. He made that day separate for a reason, so that the Israelites, us, we can do the same thing, right? Where you at? Give me, read Exodus 16.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So, if you haven't noticed, God keeps telling us, he keeps reminding us so that we know when the Sabbath is coming up, right? He said it, we read like, 3 scriptures, and he said it at least 3-4 times, right? Read on.
Unto the Lord, bake that which ye shall bake, that which ye will bake today, and seed that ye will seed, and that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So the second thing that we can't do is cook. He says, remember tomorrow is the Sabbath, so this would have been yesterday on Friday. On Friday, Moses is telling us, tomorrow is the Sabbath. Cook what you gonna cook today. When they say bake and seed, that means to broil. So if you want to broil some chicken or something, do it on Friday. So on Saturday, on the Sabbath day, when you're not working and you're resting and you're not cooking, you got some food to eat, right? So that's the second thing we can't do. Give me well, yes, sir. All praises. We can't cook on the Sabbath day, bro. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
What does it mean to kindle a fire, Damien? All praises. So the microwave that uses heat. Some people have a gas oven and they turn it on, a little fire come on. You can't use that to cook on the Sabbath day. God says you shall kindle no fire, so we can't even make a fire on the Sabbath day to cook with it. Right? You understand? All praises. We're going to keep going because there's more he told us that we got to do. Read what you got.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
So during the time of the prophet Nehemiah, we would have people, when the Sabbath day is about to begin, they would show up with their little carts. They had the food on it and had the jewelry, perfume, cologne, whatever it was, right? They would show up before the Sabbath day, but they weren't supposed to do that. So if you can't buy, well, I just said, if you can't cook, if you can't work, shouldn't that mean that would also mean you can't buy anything, right? Because you got to buy food to cook it, right? Read what you got.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the seventh year and the exaction of every debt.
You hear that? It says do not buy on the Sabbath. So we can't cook, we have to rest, we cannot work, and we cannot buy, right? So, something else that we have to do. Give me, where you going? You going to 13? Right. Give me that. Give me Nehemiah 13. Read what you got.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, verse 19.
So now we're going to show you when the Sabbath starts.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark.
You hear that? When it began to get dark. Keep that in mind as we read on. Read.
Before the Sabbath.
Before the Sabbath. So, I'm going to ask you a question. If today is the Sabbath day and it says the gates began to get dark before the Sabbath, when did the Sabbath start? All praises. Give me Numbers 15:38.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
There you go again. So that tells you, bro, it's Bible only talking to us. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes.
To bid is to command, to tell them to do something. So when God was telling Moses, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them, command them to make fringes, right?
In the borders of their garments, throughout their generations.
So we're commanded to make the fringes on the borders of our garments, as long as we're regenerating. Would you agree that we're still regenerating today? People still having babies, right? We still regenerating. So he says throughout your generation, so that's something that's not gonna stop. That's why you still see the Hispanics and Native Americans doing it, or the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans doing it, because they know we gotta wear these. Right? Read on.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So when you look at our fringes, ribbon of blue, ribbon of blue, ribbon of blue, ribbon of blue. Everybody has a ribbon of blue. No matter what shade it is, it's still some type of shade of blue. It didn't say it had to be like light blue or dark blue, but it just said a blue ribbon around the fringe of the border, around the entire thing, not just one here, one here, one here, one there. That's not the border. Because a border covers everything, right? Read on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So we wear these fringes as a sign to remember, one, who we are, and remember the commandments, right? So when we walking down the street and we got like a simple thought that popping in our mind, like, oh, I'm mad at such and such and I want to go and fight. You know, you gonna see these fringes, you're gonna be like, oh, no. I know I'm not supposed to hate my brother, so I remember that. I remember the commandment, right? I remember that I should love my brother. I remember that I shouldn't go kill him. If our people had these on and they remember who they are, before you go and kill somebody or before you go and fight somebody for no reason, you got these on, bro, it's gonna stop you if you're in the spirit.
They will have to get
you understand?
Like
Read on.
That ye look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And do them. Not only remember, but do them, to put into action, bro. So look, you walking down the street and it's the Sabbath. And you finna go buy some food. And you got your fringes on. And you like, oh, got my fringes on. All praises. The Most High gave me a way to remember that, right? He gave us these for a reason. Read on.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring.
So we have these fringes on so that we don't seek after our own understanding, that we remember what God told us to do. And when it says which you used to go a-whoring, that not only goes into, like, you know, sleeping with a sister outside of marriage, but that also goes into buying on the Sabbath, selling on the Sabbath. That's going a-whoring away from the commandments. So we gotta wear our fringes. Now as men, when you look around, what do you see all the men around you? What do they have on their face? What's growing on their face? A beard. That's a commandment, right? The Most High gave the men of Israel a commandment to keep a beard. And I'm gonna show you that. Before you go to Leviticus, give me the definition of beard real quick. Read what you got.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 72. Beard, a badge of manly dignity.
You hear that? A beard is a badge of manly dignity. Keep it for a second. What animal has a beard? A lion. That's how you know the difference between a male and a female lion, right? That's the same thing that the Bible is saying. A beard is a sign of manly dignity. So, read what you got in Leviticus. Where you at? 21?
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. And they shall not make baldness upon their head.
So we can't shave our head, right? We're not supposed to get in the mirror with some shaving cream and shave all our hair off to where it's bald. That goes against what God says. Read it again.
They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So we also can't shave off the corner of our beard. Here's a corner. We can't shave that off, because if you shave that off, you're shaving yourself bald, right? If it's growing in, let it grow. That's a commandment. Read on.
Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
The cuttings in the flesh, that's going into the tattoos. Now, before I knew I was an Israelite, I loved tattoos. But when I read that, I was like, dang.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.